What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. To want to focus in on Ryan Miller's future / the St. Louis Blues re-signed Brian Elliott to a 3-year extension. They got a highly sought after prospect Jake Allen in the system as well. So that means Ryan Miller's short tenure with the St. Louis Blues is coming to an end. Again, I liked the trade when it went down, but before the trade, I was saying if it was an ex-Sabre they should have gone after, it should have been Thomas Vanek, and actually, likewise, the New York Islanders should have made a move for Miller, and maybe their season would have gone differently. Hindsight's 2020, but I said it at the time. Boom. So where does this leave the future for Mr. Miller? Well, the Minnesota Wild are going after him. Not the University of Minnesota. They were going after him at the deadline. They didn't want to really give up the assets to acquire him. It was really King's ransom in so many ways. So they rolled with Kemper, and then again Brizgalov, and Brizgalov got them to Game 6 into the second round. 2 wins away from the Western Conference Finals, and against the reigning champs that beat up on them pretty bad last year's playoffs. So you really can't fault the Wild for what they did. They went further than the Blues. I know different situations. St. Louis was banged up, but I think that's something to be said for that. They have the faith in their goals. There'll be a player in getting them. This is like an idiot. There'll be a play. I think it's definitely a possibility they roll the dice on Ryan Miller. Likewise, I think the two of the 3 California teams. Now, Anaheim and San Jose, I'll talk about both of them in a second, but if you read my piece on Rant Sports I had this idea in my head about 6 months ago. And it came to light. The Kings were down in the series against Anaheim and Pittsburgh. Looked like Pittsburgh just was collapsing in Game 7. Malkin and Fleury to Los Angeles for Kopitar and Quick to go back to Pittsburgh. LA would then amnesty Fleury and sign Ryan Miller. Obviously, the California thing, it would just make sense. His wife, Marine DeWolf's an actress, makes it easier. He's never publicly said it, but it's been hinted at more than a few times from one of a few respected sources. He'd like to play in California. That trade's really a pipe dream. Again, just the stuff I think up in my head. That was one of them. But going a step further, maybe Pittsburgh amnesties Fleury and they sign him. That's something to think about. But I think with Hiller as a free agent in Anaheim, Gibson he'll be 21 next season. How quick do you want to throw him the position? I know they have Anderson. Maybe you sign Miller and you use Anderson as a chip to get, as a trade chip to get, another forward, puck moving to pass, whatever. There's obviously a market for goaltenders, and Anderson's a pretty damn good one. And then you have an All-American goalie duo of Ryan Miller and John Gibson. That'd be pretty sweet. As an American, I would love that. I'd become the biggest Ducks. Well, actually, I wouldn't, but that's a different story. San Jose, maybe they cut bait with Niemi. That's something to think about. They make a move there. I don't think that'll happen. I think too much of the collapse against the Kings was blamed on Niemi when the bottom line, this whole team played like shit around him. Let's call it what it is. And I know he wasn't in one of the games the lock was. So, there's so many other things that are in play with this. And, I think that for San Jose to just cut bait with Niemi would be kind of naive. But likewise, if they think they can get it done with Miller, why not go for it? Why not? I think he's got 1 year left on his contract, I believe. Might as well, go for. I'm talking about Niemi here. Niemi's 31, Miller's 30. He'll be 34 in June, over the summer, I believe in June. So, we'll see what happens with that. That's a very, very intriguing situation to keep an eye on. He'll be a free agent in 2015, so after next season. Maybe they move him, maybe they sign Miller. Who the hell knows with hockey? But it's going to be an intriguing free agency period because Miller, even though he's a little bit older, will still be a sought-after commodity because he's pretty good at stopping pucks. He's all right at it. And we'll see what happens going forward. Anyway, that's talking some sort of the power play with CJ on the St. Louis Blues choosing not to re-sign Ryan Miller. Stay tuned episodes throughout the season and throughout the playoffs. I'm not on my A game, guys. Later, guys.